Friday today. How is everybody? I hope you are all well. I'm just checking on my screen now that I'm the right way round and everything looks okay. Yay, finally. Millie's out in the garden. I don't know what she's doing. She's rolling in things. But anyway, how are you all? I hope you're well. And first of all, thank you for joining the group, Timestamp Creations. Also, thank you so much to everyone that's bought from me as well. As you know, I took this leap of faith back in February. And here we are. Here we are in July. And I've launched that second collection, which includes the sentiments. I hope you like those if you've bought them. I never know what kind of sentiments to put together, but I sat down and I just wrote these. I didn't think too much about it, but I also thought about it, if that makes sense. But those are the sentiments. These have been out for about a month now, but they're also in a deal that I've got online with some postcards, with the grungy frames as well, and the bird snapshots, which I love, and with the people. And of course, these are the A7 postcards. I really like these. And these are absolutely terrific when you use like your gel plate and start printing on them and just, you know, tearing into them and doing all sorts of different things, which are really cool to use. These are available separately if you want to go for these, but they're also part of the larger bundle. So that's the latest. This weekend, I'm going to work on something else. I think I'm going to do some stencils. So if anyone's got any ideas, let me know. Okay, let's have a demo, shall we? Enough talking without my face. Let's have a demo. Let me get that over there. I don't know if I can see your comments. Let's just close that and go back into that. Okay, right. What I thought I'd do for you today is this. Okay, some frames on a piece of card, then stamp into it. So let's take the gel plate. As you may be aware, I went to see Lou Sims this week. And let me turn this light on, see if this helps. There you go. Went to see Lou Sims. We did some making with the gel plate. So I thought I would do some today for you to make that card. And if we've got time, we'll do something else. Millie's just entertaining herself in the garden, which is great. So I've got two colours here. Cracked pistachio and peacock feathers in the Distress Oxide on a little bit of a messy gel plate, but that's okay. So I'm only going to use the centre part of it. Okay. So we'll grab those together. If you're commenting, by the way, I can't see your comments at the moment. I'm going to try and get them up. Let's press on there. I don't know why I can't see them. Might be an idea to put my glasses on. That's always a good idea, isn't it? Right, settings. Let's push that over. There you go. Let's push that over again. Okay, so right. Sometimes your comments come through and sometimes they don't. Facebook is a strange thing sometimes. Facebook is a strange. Okay. Here you go. Let's have a look what you've been saying. Do I swipe over that way? I can't see your comments. This is blooming Facebook. Okay, let's just get that. Okay. No. I might just have to stand up and look on my phone then to see what you're saying. Hang on. You would think that I would be organised. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Right. Everyone says they're fine, thanks, which is great. Hi, Glynis. How are you? I can see you all now. This is fabulous. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Linda. Right. Okay. Yeah, that is better. Right. Okay. Here we go. So let's do this. Let's get on with this. Cracked pistachio and peacock feathers. You could use any colours. It doesn't really matter. I'm not very good at blending my colours. I've just chosen these two. So let's go for the peacock feathers. I'm going to try and just sort of like blend these colours together. So we'll pop that down there quite a lot, quite juicy that one, which is good. And then we'll put that there, maybe a little bit running across the top. Brayer, Brea. I'll try and get out all of those bubbles. It doesn't matter if they're there though, right? It doesn't matter if they're there. Which is nice. Little flick of the wrist, flick back, flick of the wrist, flick back, flick of the wrist. I never thought of using Distress Oxides on a gel plate before. As you can see, I've got lots of paint crispy around the edge. So I have thought about using that. So that's blend, 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 blend. Great. Okay. So now what we're going to do is grab a piece of paper and just clear. No, I like that. I like that. Here we go. Grab a piece of paper. I'm just going to clean my brayer. There seems to be quite a lot on the outside. Let's just gently go over that again. Okay. When I clean my brayer, if I've got it on the outside, I kind of do it in zigzag patterns, and then maybe I could use those like as hills later. Right, let's pop that over there and let's get the stamps. Now I'm going to use my hands rather than a mount for this one, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to go for the film strip, and I'm going to go for these two squares. These are the grungy frames that are available on the website, and I really love these because there's so many different ways you can use these, and you can even use one as a mini gel plate if you want to. So those are grungy frames. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use that one. Okay, I can almost use my glass mat. Deal, just gone. Anyway, right, film strip. Doesn't really matter if that's going down or whether it's going the other way. I'm just going to put it like that. Now, I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to get my finger and I'm going to blob in the middle. There's Millie barking. That means she wants attention. So just do the frame there, okay? Get the next one. It doesn't matter if it's like a little jointy angle, that's fine. Blob again with your finger, because I want to make that impression in the middle. Now I'm going to take this one up, knowing where it is, and I'm going to put that one there. Again, a little bit wonky, and another blob. I hope this works. In true style, I've already done one, so we can just go to that blob again. That blob happened by accident earlier on today. Right, let's take those two off, which is great. And we've got some to use there. So we'll use those in a moment. We'll put that to one side, and I'll get some paper. Millie, I'm doing a live, so you'll have to behave or go back to your bin-bins, all right? And I'll put that on there. I know it's a big piece of card, but I know, Millie, I'm doing a live. Lots of people are watching. Yeah, good girl. Demanding attention. Let's do that. And let's see if it's worked. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Certainly has. There you go. See the blob in the middle? I really like that. I might have used a little bit too much ink. I know, Millie, I'm busy. But that's okay. I could cut these up individually, or I could cut that up like I did with that one, and then we can use that on as a card topper. So I really like that. I wonder if there's any underneath pulling off. Little ghost print. See that? Just a tiny little ghost print. But there might be, yes, some left on there. So we could perhaps try this. I was going to try this again. A bit watery this time, but that's okay. Millie, I'm busy. Oh, demanding Jack Russell. Demanding Jack Russell. We'll get, actually, some watercolour card. And will that, yeah, let's just pop that on there and see what comes up. We'll just press lightly. Let that soak in. And let's see what we've come up with. Oh, that's nice as well. Nice textures in there. Like that. See if we've got any left on that side. Nah, it's okay. That's nice. I'm going to use that later. Use that later. So I'll let that dry. We'll put that to one side. Okay. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. We could get a micron pen and doodle around there just to fill in the space, or we could put a sentiment or something across there. So let's let that dry. So far we've done that. I've cleaned my brayer and made some like hills. We can use that later if you want to. And spritzed it with water and just used it again, which I really like. That's really cool. So we'll put those to one side, and I'm going to put my gel plate to one side. Just pop that to one side, pop that to one side, and come back to that later. Okay, we did have these, didn't we? So got a little bit of grungy paper here. I don't know if cleaning my stamps is going to produce anything on there. Never let the ink go to waste. There you go. Right. I'm a bit old school. I like to clean my stamps because it kind of gives me a clearer image of when I want to use them again. I've got no ink on there, so I'm going to pop those back there. So those are the grungy frames. And then this is where I'm going to revert back to the one I did earlier. Actually, that looks quite good on the dark, but we're not going to use that. Okay. So, where's that? Let's grab these here. Now, I could use a plain colour to mount these on, or I've got these that I was playing with earlier. So we could use these. We could use that. So that kind of goes there. But anyway, we'll just use this for now. And I want to stamp on here and make a scene. Not make a scene like, oh no, I don't really want to do this. Let's have a drink. So what I'm going to do, build a picture. I'm going to go for the sentiments. I'm going to go for Let's Go Walking. And I was going to go for Friends Are Always Together, but I'm going to jump over and I'm going to go with Walking in the Rain. So I'm going to take a stamp from Walking in the Rain. I'm going to take a stamp from Let's Go Walking, 2 stamps from Let's Go Walking, and a sentiment. Now, which sentiment shall I use? I used 2 of the sentiments on one card this week. Oh, thanks, Jackie. What sentiment shall I go for? Let's actually stamp first of all, and then we'll put the sentiment on. Now I've got a choice. I can go for black silhouette, which would be quite striking, or I could go for another colour in one of the Distress Oxides. Don't know what to do. Oh, there's the door. Hang on. Let me just prop that open. There you go. It's because I've got all the doors open in the house. Let me just, sorry, I know you're looking at my glass mat, but I'm just walking through here. Millie, I'm going to shut this door. Are you coming in? There's the other door to go through. The other door. You're not locked out. You're not locked out. Look, there you go. There's the other door. Okay. Or I could go for like a brown or a black. What do you guys think? I mean, you're here with me. What do you think? Shall I stamp in the Distress Oxide in brushed corduroy, or go for the dark? I'm kind of tempted to go for the dark. I'm going to go for the dark. I'm going to go for the dark. Sorry if you guys said the other one. Right, this time I'm going to use a mount. I'm going to go for this one. In no particular order. In no particular order. Let's put that there. And I don't mind if these stamp out a little bit grungy. That's fine with me. I like that. I like that. That's good. Then I'm going to go for this stamp. I could do that one in different colours, really, if I wanted to. Could go for, no, let's do this. Clean lines, clean lines. Sometimes I don't put too much ink on my stamp, so it can look a bit grungy. In no particular order. I was actually going to put the sentiment up there, wasn't I? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. There you go. I like that. By the way, I'm going to be at Farnborough. I don't know if anybody lives near Farnborough or will make the trip, but I'm going to be at the Creative Craft Show. And if you use the code Janice30, you'll get 30% off tickets if you want to go. Now, sentiment there or sentiment there? Sentiment there, sentiment there. What do you think? Let's have a look. Let's have a look, because we can always audition. Just to say. I'm going to pop it there. I'm going to pop it there. So this one is going to go in the bottom right-hand corner. Yes, I'm going to be at Farnborough. I was just trying to book my hotel, actually, but it's always the case on a Friday. They put the prices up. Oh, it's more expensive than it was yesterday. Let's pop that there. Commit, 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 commit. Nice. Oh, I've blobbed it a bit. It doesn't matter. Handmade, right? It's worth it when it's handmade. Let's pop that back on there. I'm trying to be really good with my stamps, and I'm trying to keep them all organised on index sheets. I know. Right. Did anyone buy off the Hobby Maker show, by the way? And have you had your stamps yet? Let me know. Don't worry about that, because they could probably just have a hat on. There you go. She's got a hat on, or they have got a hat on. That will do. Otherwise, it would have bugged me. Right. Just to say, live, laugh, love from me to you. Be happy. Spread the word. Sent with love. Just to say, I think live, laugh, love, because it's lots of people on a walk. So we'll grab this. Put that right there. I think I put too much on there. Let's put some more on. Okay. Let's just, I'm just going to, yeah, that's cool. Test the waters, as it were. By the way, you guys, you'll have to let me know if this is something you want on a regular basis, coming in and doing a live. Just for you guys in this group. Should be nice. There you go. Live, laugh, love. And I think that might need a frame going around it. I don't know. Should I put a frame around that? I mean, we've got the frame there behind. What do you think? I'm looking at the comments. Do you think I should go around that? Or do you think I should leave it? I'm kind of looking at it now on the screen. I don't know. I mean, won't hurt to go around it. What do you think? I don't know. Let's leave it. Let's leave it for now. Let's leave it for now. Let's have a look if we've got any like backing paper that we could put this on. Because sometimes when you do that, it looks completely different again. Let's just have a look at what I've got around here. Got that one. That one's quite nice. Kind of draws out the colour. So I'm going to need my chop chop, which is here. I'm not going to commit to the stick just yet. Let's pop that maybe about there. Right, okay, I am going to stick this down. But before I do that, I've just thought of something else. I think a black little frame would go well on the side there, just to highlight the black that's in the actual stamps. Do that. That's okay. And then I'm just going to commit to the stick, or stick and commit. Let's do that. Let's do that. What's everyone having for the tea tonight? I'm thinking I might get a takeaway. I'm thinking I might get a takeaway. Okay. I could leave that and actually add more to it. It could be like a journal page. But let's just cut this down. Let's just cut this down. No, never do it straight. I'm not very good at measuring. I never have been. And I never really try to measure. You right, Millie? I'm not ignoring you. You being a good girl? Yes. Okay. That's proper on the wonk. Proper on the wonk. I think I've stuck it on the wonk. But that's okay. Let's do that. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Not 3 great. Oh, well, I just keep sticking and sticking and sticking. That actually looks quite nice on that. But anyway, that could go on a white card. Like so. You could have a black mount going around that. That might be an idea. Let's just see. Let's just see. Another, rather than putting paper, just put a black mark there and there. And then that could just go on a white piece of card. I'm not going to make a card out of it because I'll probably do something else with it. But you know, that could be a card topper or something like that. So that's easy. And that's just using the grungy frames on a gel plate to create them, which I like. And I was also doing some with stencils earlier on as well. I kind of like that. It's on watercolor cardstock. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I'm not sure. I could tear things up maybe. I like to just do things. I could tear into that maybe. Let's just see what it would look like. 2 ways of tearing. One gets you the white edge, one doesn't it? If you tear underneath like that, and you don't get that white edge. Tear down like so. You could start to build up several layers of that. I kind of like that going across there. I don't know what I'm doing here, by the way. I've gone off on a tangent, but that's almost like, you know, like when you do belly band. But this is a grungy belly band. Let's put that over there. So that could go over there at the end. I think it might rain. Might have to go and get my cushions in a minute. It could be the start of something. That could be where... Right, okay. Let's get that. Okay, here we go. I'm going off on a tangent. And not a tandem, as I called it the other day. Let's put some more on that. Right, let's keep there. Totally random now. Didn't expect to do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because sometimes you just have to just do it. That's that there. I kind of like that. I don't know what I'm doing with the rest of it, but it's a nice little start. Just something about that I really like. But I need to stick it down. I've only got a little bit across there. That's what I was sticking it down with. I probably need to proper stick it. Let's just do it while we're here. Let's just do it while we're here. Actually, okay, here we go. I'm now changing my mind. Straight across the middle or to one side. Right, I'm going to one side. I'm going to cut that off. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. And then I'll fold that over there. I'll put some scissors on it later. Okay, Kind of like that. It's a bit wonky at the bottom, so let's just level that up. Maybe because I'm being fussy. Level that up. So there's the start of something. There's the start of something. And then we could add to that. Would I stamp onto that background, or would I use something to put on there? Let's have a look. I've got the little postcards that I could cut out. Just going off on a tandem here, everybody. Tangent, 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 tandem, tangent. Ooh, that might work. Right. This was not planned by any shape or means, but this is, is this how you girls and guys rock? You start something and then you think, oh yeah, now that looks good. No, needs to come up. It's tuck under there, do you think? Probably not the right sentiment now, but I can always take that off. Change my mind. Change my mind. I kind of like that on there now. And that could go for something else. Always changing my mind, me. Always changing my mind. No, I like that. I like how that's quite grungy underneath. That probably wouldn't work as well. I like the colours. These two things randomly that I did. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. I do like that. Would I put some black card underneath it? And then, mind you, I don't need black card. I could just go around it with a pen, maybe, or maybe just let that blend in. Do I put it on a little bit on the wonk, maybe? A little bit on the wonk, actually. I think that's a little bit too big to go on the wonk. But then again, right, okay, I'm going to cut this down. I was going to do something completely different, but now I'm doing this. Let's cut that down. Let's cut that down. Let's cut that down. And then let's cut that down. Oh. I kind of like that. I'm just thinking. That go? That might go. See the background? That's with Millie. These are just little things that I've been stamping out. I've put them on the side, and now I'm picking them up. I'm thinking, ooh, that might look good. That might look good. That's a bit plain. I wonder if I should stamp on there and just like have Millie's eye. That would look weird. That would just look weird and a bit unhinged. So, do I get another stamp of Millie? Bear with, this is totally just off the cuff. Do I get another stamp of Millie? Bear with. These are Millie stamps, if you've not seen these. Lovely little Millie Mo. I might do that. Right, what do I need? I just need... Oh, no, it's the other way round, isn't it? Oh, I always do that. Okay. That won't work. That's not going to work again. It's definitely that way. Would that work? Let's try it. Let's try it. What have we got to lose? Nothing. Let's do it in like... Let's do that. And let's just see. I just want it to look grungy, so I'm not using a platform or anything. Oh, that's quite nice. Got a little tail going up as well. Quite nice. Millie in the background. Don't have anything up here though, do we? Sorry, I'm just going to clean my stamp. I don't know why that's so dirty. I don't know what I'll put down there. Told you I like to clean my stamps. Right. That's kind of nice. Let's do that. I'm going to cut it down. Never throw away like little stamps, pieces of paper, anything like that. I never do. I never do. Oh, that's it's quite nice. I think that needs an edge though. I think that needs an edge. I'm going to put one there anyway, and if I don't like it, I can always... I've gone a bit thick there. It's okay. Right. How about that? How about that? I kind of like that, everyone. The only other way of doing it would be have Millie as the focal point, but then what? How about that? Right, I don't know whether you guys are talking to me live chat, because sometimes it doesn't refresh. So I'm going to have a look at... Okay, greetings everyone, greetings everyone. Da, 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 da. Right. Okay, who's got to? Oh, I've got to take Spike out, Christine. Okay, sorry, I've been missing all these comments. I've got tons of bits of paper, never use them though. Sharon, do just get them out, and you'll find it just how things start to come together. Like that's just a piece of cut off, for example. Would it work with that? Would it work? See, that's quite nice. Just start auditioning these pieces up. That could just be a... That could be a card that's got like a stripe down it. Well, you see, now you've got me looking at this. That could go on a card, and that could just be... Just bear with. That could be... Okay, we're back. We're back. So yeah, always get your piece of paper out. Right. Okay. How about just Millie and a sentiment on there like that? That could work. That could work. This, I just like that. I mean, they have no connection at all, do they? I just like that colour on there. I just think that works. But that also works as well. Now, I did have another piece of paper with Millie on somewhere. Yeah, it's one of those things here you think, where's it gone? Where's it gone? I've got that. That doesn't work. See all these little things? Never throw them away. What's in here? I'll tell you what, I'm making such a mess. But that's okay. Right, I can't... You watch. I will find it after I stop this live. I'll be like, there it is. Because it always happens like that, doesn't it? It always happens like that. It's another one. And it's got Millie on it twice. I know it has. Oh, well. I can't find it now. I can't find it now. Oh, where is it? Because that would have looked great. Glynis, you're right. It would have looked really good. Now, you see, I've got that. I could cut out. That's nice. I like that. Anyway, I do like that. See that? It's like a warped film, isn't it? That's just using one of the frames, and then this stencil that I've got. It almost looks like it's burnt. You know, when you set 33mm on fire, which you shouldn't, but you see it in films and things like that. I was using those two. That's for another side. Yeah, that could work with a sentiment. Would I put a sentiment on a piece of paper? Would I put the sentiment straight on? Happy birthday, friend. Or I've got happy birthday there. Or the best therapist has fur and 4 legs. Now. And then actually that could work. And then I could put stamp Millie. How about that? How about that? Right, I'm seeing what your comments are. Millie walking with people and sentiment. Yeah. How about adding more Millie, like one there and then that there? Would that be too much? You're right, that's quite nice there, isn't it? We'll forget that. I'm going to use that later. Walking with people and sentiment. Walking with people. What do you mean? I just... Will I ruin it if I put... Look, tell you what, let's try it. Let's try it. I'm going to try something. Don't blame me if it goes wrong. Try that. I'm going to go for brushed corduroy. And to be fair, I think I want a second generation stamp on it. So let's pop this there. And then let's pop that there. Just very light. See that? Very lightly. Very lightly. You hardly see Millie's there. Oh, I like that. Means you've got to look for it. And it's a bit mysterious. She stamps out beautifully, doesn't she, in that corduroy? Let's get another stamp. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. It's great, isn't it, working together? Let's go for this one. Put that there. Again, let's go for the corduroy. I think it's going to really rain in a minute. It's gone all cold. It was all lovely and warm earlier. Second generation. Just lightly. Maybe up there. Very lightly. You can't really see it. You can't really see it. It's a bit ethereal. But I like that. I like that. Stamp that there. She's just making up the background, which is nice. I like that. Should I do one more? 1, 2. You should always do 3s. That's what they say. That's what they say. I don't know. I've already got that there, that there, that there, and that there. I'm not going to do 3. I'm going to break the rules because I can. Right, the best therapist has 4 legs. What have I done with that? The best therapist has 4 legs. I've put it somewhere. There. Right, let's pop this over here. I might have to bring this live to an abrupt end in a minute because I think it's going to absolutely lash it down outside. Okay. Do we go straight on there? I'm going to have a look at the comments. Millie in the Mist, Glynis. Yes. Shall I put that straight on there? Or should I put it on a piece of... I don't know why, but I'm obsessed sometimes in stamping on... I'm going to put it straight on there. I'm going to put it straight on there. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Millie's going to be about there. Probably a bit higher. Let's just do it. This had no intention of doing this particular card, but isn't that great? You just make it up as you go along. Yay, that's nice. That's nice. Probably a few things still to do to that. But sometimes I have to put it to one side and then have a think about it. You know, I could do some little doodles in there, or that might ruin it. Or I could do a stitchy detail around the outside. Glynis, I know you like doing that, and that does look good, doesn't it? So maybe a stitchy detail around here. The only thing is, I get a little bit impatient doing stitch detail. And then I'm like, oh, they all start to look a little bit different. But actually, you can do wavy lines, do stitchy lines. It's not too bad. Still needs something else though, doesn't it? Still needs something else, but I don't know what. Got Millie in the Mist in the background. Something else, but I don't know what. Don't really want to do more stencil on it, although I could go on that and draw. Bear with. Could do it like this. What's the worst that can happen, right? That's not too bad. The only thing is, I'm gonna have to keep doing that now. You can't just have that, can you, randomly? Just have to doodle now. I don't know what I've done. I've ruined it, haven't I? What I need to do is just maybe random doodles. And then pitter it out. That's a good word, isn't it? Pitter it out. I'm going to have to do it over there, aren't I? Yeah. Totally ruined it. But it's okay. You have to experiment. And although some people say it's just a piece of paper, I mean, obviously don't waste paper. But it is. I mean, sometimes I come back to things like this and I add to it and it works. Don't know, might work. That's what I did with this postcard as well. I just kept on coming back and adding to it and adding different colour, which was quite interesting. That started its life as a black and white postcard. Actually, it's not too bad. It still needs something else because it's not quite right. But you know, Heather, love the inky doodle work. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm just making it up as I go along. Probably have to come back to that, but I do need to stick that down. Otherwise, that's going to come loose and then I won't know what I'm doing with it. Let's just pop that in there. I could always, here we go, everyone. Totally change it up now. Has she gone mad? By Jove, I think she's gone stark raving bonkers. I'm just reaching out for anything. This is what I do. I don't necessarily think about it. I just reach out for things that I have and then totally ruin it. Let's just see. I don't know. It might work. I like these gel pens. Love a good gel pen. And I'm just reaching for the colours I've got. These aren't necessarily the colours I would have used, but sometimes that's what's great about crafting. You just grab anything you've got and just do something a little bit different that wasn't what was intended in the first place. If it doesn't work, I'll just put it to one side and do something with it later. Ta-da! It's something a little different, isn't it? Something a little different. So, what's the time? I don't want to keep you too long, so I'm just chuntering away, not doing anything in particular, because that's what I do really. I might work on this next. I might cut these out. and do some, although they look quite good like that, I might just do some grungy frames. If I just cut them out loosely, that one in particular. I can't find my scissors at the moment. I know where they are. It would help if I did use my scissors, actually. Just get rid of that white on there. Let's just make this straight. Sorry guys, hang on. Put that down there. That's straight. Let's just get that probably there. No. Let's get that there. It's about as straight as it's going to get. Yeah, okay. So there's now something else that I could use. And I could put like a little scene in there, or maybe a sentiment in there, or maybe Millie in there, or one of the people stamps that I've got. For example, I could go for this one. See, now I've gone totally doing something totally different. There you go, that's quite nice, isn't it? And then I could cut that again, or use that with the sentiment underneath, like happy birthday. Let's do that. Let's make this the last one. This can be like a little topper. You can see that I just go off on random. I have something planned and then I'm like, oh no, forget that. Let's do this instead. Is anyone else like that, or is it just me? Let's do that. Let's pop that there. Happy birthday. That should have gone up a little higher, but that's okay. No harm, no foul. No harm, no foul. So that's quite a nice little top of that. And then you could just find a piece of paper to put that on. Actually looks quite nice on there. Right, let's do that. Hang about. I'm going to chop that down a bit, just so that happy birthday doesn't look like it's so. See, look, now I've found this other piece of card. That looks really nice on there. Right, stick it down. Stick it. Oh, look at that. Oh my days. I'm seeing all sorts. This is why I never throw little bits of paper away, because there's always something you can do with them. Right. I'm not going to put the white on that side. I'm going to do that. Commit to the stick. There's another topper. Look at that. There's another topper. Just like that. Just from rummaging around. Trim that up a little bit. Maybe don't put that on the wonk so much, but it's already on there, so that's fine. I can de-wonk that or leave it. It doesn't matter. Go around that with some stitchy detail. Just go around with it with a pen. Do some doodling around it. And that would be really nice as a card topper. And then that could go on some white card, maybe. Or it could go on a black card. Just highlight that. See, that needs cutting. Or it could go on a brown piece of card, like that. I like the brown because it brings out the orange. Brown it is. I'll sort that out and find some brown card, and I'll make a card out of that. So there you go. There's a nice little live for everybody. I do have a question though, just while we've still got some people in the room. I am thinking of doing a workshop, maybe up north. Manchester. So what do you guys think to that? Because I value your opinions. What do you think to that? Up north, doing a workshop at a nice location. What do you think? Good idea? Yay or nay? And then maybe I can get something organised, maybe for October or something like that. So that's all mess. But these are the things we've created. So just some little things to sit down. Not too keen on that now, but hey ho, I can always cut that round there, which is what I'm going to do. Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut that off. Don't like it. I could cut the sentiment off as well. That's better. Let's get rid of that. See, there's no harm, is there? Once you've done something, you can just chop into it. See, that looks better. And now that can be a topper on a piece of brown card, piece of black card, for example. Looks okay on there. I could add a white frame to it. No, that's too stark. Or it could go, see? So just experiment. And if you don't like it, cut it up and start again. That's what I do. And I'll probably come back to that and the other one and probably use that on something, because that's what I do. That's what I do. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you, Glynis. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for watching, guys. This is something that I might do on a regular basis, if you like. And we can all get our stamps out and just, you know, have a go together, and we can craft together. So that's me done. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Remember, if you want to go to the website, timestampcreations.com, there's lots of things on there for you to have a peruse. I've also just put some jelly plates on there as well. So if you fancy a jelly plate, pop on and treat yourself. Sorry, I've just seen this. That works perfectly on there. Boom! And then I can doodle around it. Later. Right, I'm going to let you go. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. And keep putting things into the group. It's always great to see what you're doing. You're so inspiring. And, of course, you help and inspire others as well. So thank you very much, everybody. Bye.